Hello and welcome to Ontario Cold Cases, the podcast. This is a special edition. I'm Jay Nicoll from Nicoll Investigations. Edmonton Police identified two Indigenous women missing since the 1970s. DNA technology has found the deceased are named Louise Laderoute and Irene Jacknife. The Edmonton Police Services says DNA testing was able to identify the remains of two Indigenous women missing since the 1970s. Two women who were identified are Louise Laderoute, a member of the Papachase First Nation, reported missing in 1975 from Edmonton, and Irene Jacknife, who was missing from Drayton Valley, Alberta in 1976. There's an epidemic in this country. The epidemic is missing and murdered Indigenous women, said Josie Nepanek of the Institute for the Advancement of Aboriginal Women at the press conference. Several First Nation leaders were present to support the families of the deceased. It's not closure, said Treaty 8 First Nations Grand Chief Arthur Noski. A lot of time when our loved ones are deceased, we question why and who. We cannot protect the past, but we can protect the future. The families of the two women were tense but gave the remarks to Carrie Tomasin, an Indigenous liaison with the police. On behalf of the Laderoute family, I wish we could have found you back then. Love you and miss you. Love, Sister Rita, said a statement from Jackknife's sister. Jacknife was remembered as a loving mother who would make different toys from cardboard boxes for her kids. We've never forgotten about you. We never will. We know that your life has never been an easy one, said the sister Louise Laderoute, who was not identified. Neither death is considered criminal. In August of 2023, the Edmonton Police Services Missing Persons Unit, the RCMP's National Center for Missing Persons and Unidentified Remains, and the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner reviewed all the Edmonton Police Services historical unidentified human remains investigations in a project named Project Match. Edmonton Police Inspector Colin Dirksen told reporters that in the case of Laderoute, there were no records to indicate that the police had listed her as a missing person, despite attempts by her family to speak to police. We understand their family did try to report her missing. We believe that Edmonton Police Services just did not take the report. We didn't list her as missing, and we didn't investigate her as a missing person, he said. That is not easy to admit, but it is the case. For Jacknife, there was a miscommunication with the family, and they believe she was reported to the Drayton Valley RCMP. According to Inspector Brianne Brown of the RCMP, Jacknife was not reported missing to police until 2022, when the RCMP began their investigation into her case. Brown noticed that they didn't locate any record of Jacknife being reported missing previously when they began looking into the file. Brown urged the public to directly report missing persons to police rather than relying on others, as critical information could be missed if not reported properly. Thank you, and please consider subscribing to Ontario Cold Cases, a podcast on Patreon, YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts.